Okay, we will discuss analysis of heat exchanger. Analysis of parallel flow heat exchanger initially we will discuss. Further, we will discuss analysis of counter flow heat exchanger. Analysis of parallel flow heat exchanger. Analysis of parallel flow heat exchanger. Okay, a parallel flow heat exchanger means it will be like this. If this is a hot pipe for the hot fluid, and this one is the pipe for the cold fluid. Hot fluid and cold fluid will be flowing in the same direction. Hot fluid and cold fluid will be flowing in the same direction. Then we will call it as parallel flow heat exchanger. Okay. Suppose if Thi is the inlet temperature, if Thi, this is the inner pipe, in this if it is hot fluid, this is hot fluid, and on the outer side this is cold fluid. If Thi is the inlet temperature of the hot fluid, and if Th0 is the outlet temperature of the hot fluid, Tci is the inlet temperature of the cold fluid, Tc0 is the outlet temperature of the cold fluid. Okay, on a temperature length diagram, if we see the temperature profile of hot fluid and cold fluid, we can observe like this. Okay, what happens if this is the hot fluid inlet temperature, that is Thi? What happens? As it moves, it transfers heat from the hot fluid to cold fluid. Therefore, its temperature goes on reducing. This is Th0. Okay, and in the similar way, what happens to the cold fluid? Its temperature goes on increasing along the length. Tci, its temperature goes on increasing. This is Tc0. Okay, Tc0. It will be the temperature profile will be like this. Okay, now we will analyze this one. For this analysis, we will make certain assumption. Okay, we will make certain assumption. This analysis of the parallel flow heat exchanger is made by two things. One is by LMTD method, log mean temperature difference method, that we will discuss. It is called log mean temperature difference method. Temperature difference method. Okay, log mean temperature difference method. We will discuss first this one. Another method is effectiveness method. That will not discuss now. It is also called as NTU method. Okay, here what happens? We will do certain assumption. First assumption we will do that overall heat transfer coefficient remains constant. We know heat transfer Q is equal to UA into delta T. If we know the temperature difference, we can calculate UA into delta T as overall heat transfer coefficient. Okay, as here U is overall heat transfer coefficient, A is surface area, delta T is the temperature difference. Okay, here we will take that temperature difference as delta TLM. That is log mean temperature difference. We will calculate what is this temperature. Actually, if there is no cold fluid, hot fluid, if there is only one fluid, we can calculate heat transfer equal to UA into delta T. Okay, but there is hot fluid, cold fluid, heat transfer is taking place like that. Therefore, heat transfer is taking place such a way that there is changing in hot fluid temperature as well as there is changing in the cold fluid temperature. Okay, suppose if you want to calculate only what is the heat transfer from the hot fluid, we can calculate like this. If we know the temperature of the hot fluid at the inlet, if we know the temperature at the hot fluid at the outlet, we can calculate heat transfer as mCp into delta T. But here we are calculating based on overall heat transfer coefficient, and AS is the surface area. Surface area means surface area of this tube. Or effective surface area where the heat transfer is taking place, that is AS. Here we will make certain assumption. First assumption we make it as overall heat transfer coefficient is constant, that is U is constant. Okay, that will make, but it will change. U is constant throughout the heat exchanger. It is uniform and constant. We will assume uniform and constant. We will assume. Second, we will assume specific heat remains constant. CP, specific heat remains constant. We will assume. That is one of the assumptions we make. We make other assumptions like there is only Cp remains constant. Okay, we'll make one more assumption, that is there is only heat transfer from the hot fluid to cold fluid. There are no other heat transfers. There is only heat transfer from cold fluid to hot fluid, or from hot fluid to cold fluid. Okay, these are the assumptions there are several other assumptions which we will make, such as temperature of both the fluids are constant over the given cross section. These are the main important assumptions that we are making here, and we will derive. Okay, we will as I told, this is the temperature profile. Okay, now we will do the derivation. Okay, this Thi is the inlet hot temperature, that I will not write. Thi is the hot temperature inlet, Th0 is the hot temperature outlet, Tci is the cold temperature inlet, Tc0 is the cold temperature outlet. Those I will not write, but let this be theta 1. Or we can write it delta, that is temperature difference between the hot fluid and the cold fluid at the inlet. Let it be theta 1, and let this be theta 2. Okay, over the length, what happens, suppose if we take a small elemental phase here. Okay, there is a drop in temperature in this small elemental area, that let it be dTh. DTh is the drop in temperature. Again here there is gain in temperature here, let it be dTc, that is change in the temperature of the cold fluid. dTh is the change in the temperature of the hot fluid over the small area. Okay, over the small area, suppose if I take that area as dx, over this small area I will take what is the temperature difference, and I will integrate. I will calculate the heat transfer over this small area. Further I will integrate, and I will get the temperature difference over the entire surface. Okay, what I will do, we know this one, heat transfer from the hot fluid is equal to mass flow rate of hot fluid into specific heat of hot fluid, Cph, into hot fluid inlet temperature minus hot fluid outlet temperature. Okay, which will be equal to heat transfer to the cold fluid, because there is only heat transfer from the hot fluid to cold fluid. Therefore, which will be equal to mass flow rate of the cold fluid into specific heat of the cold fluid into cold fluid outlet temperature minus cold fluid inlet temperature, because outlet temperature of the cold fluid will be higher. Here we will write the product of this mH into Cph. We will write it as this one. mH into Cph, we will write it as Ch. Okay, it is called as heat capacity of hot fluid. Heat capacity of hot fluid. In the similar way, mass flow rate of cold fluid into specific heat of cold fluid, CPC, it is, let it be Cc, that is heat capacity of cold fluid. Okay, therefore what we can write? We can write, instead of writing this one, we can write Q is equal to Ch into Thi minus Th naught, and it is also equal to Cc into T C naught minus Tci. Like this we can write. Okay, now if we take a small elemental area, okay, as shown in this figure, if we take a small elemental area as dx, and if I write the temperature difference there, if I write the temperature difference in that small elemental area, okay, and if I integrate it, I will get total heat transfer. Okay, here if I take small elemental area for a hot fluid, what will be? It will be like this. Okay, considering small elemental area of length dx, okay, then heat transfer from the hot fluid, heat transfer from hot fluid that is dq. Okay, this small elemental area dq, heat transfer from the hot fluid can be given as dq is equal to minus of mh into Cph into dTh. Okay, here mh is the mass flow rate of the hot fluid, Cph is the specific heat of the hot fluid, dTh is the temperature difference with the length dx. Okay, now I can write it as minus of Ch into dTh. Okay, this is because minus I have taken because we are considering in this direction. Along this length there is drop in temperature of the hot fluid, therefore we are taking it as negative. Along the length we are taking this one as 0 and we will integrate to the length L. Okay, therefore along the length the temperature goes on decreasing, therefore we will take it as negative. Okay, therefore we can get dTh equal to minus dq divided by Ch. Okay, in the similar way for the cold fluid, what will happen for the cold fluid is dq is equal to mc. Here we will take positive because as we move along the length the temperature has increased, it has not decreased, therefore we will take positive Cpc into dTc, therefore it is nothing but Cc into dTc. Okay, therefore we can write dTc equal to dq divided by Cc. Okay, dq divided by Cc, like that we can write. Okay, for this small, here this one, for this small elemental area, elemental thickness, let theta be the temperature difference. Let theta be the temperature difference. Let that theta temperature difference is nothing but dTh minus dTc. Okay, it is a small change in the temperature. Here this is the change in the temperature difference here. Theta 1 is the temperature difference at the inlet, at the inlet, that is Thi minus Tci. Okay, and this theta is the small temperature difference between the hot fluid and the cold fluid at this area. Therefore, I will take dTh minus dTc. Okay, therefore d theta is equal to dTh minus dTc. D theta is equal to dTh minus dTc. Okay, this dTh is nothing but, therefore d theta is equal to dTh is minus dq divided by ch. Okay, dTc is again minus dq divided by cc, because dTc already it is negative. Therefore, what I can write? I can write it as dq. I can take it as common. dq I can take it as common. It will be 1 divided by ch plus 1 divided by cc. We know ch and cc are the heat capacities of hot fluid and cold fluid respectively. Okay, here it should be negative sign here, minus, because minus I have taken. Now this is d theta is equal to dq, but we know dq we can write in terms of overall heat transfer coefficient as UA into delta T. Okay, UA into delta T we can write like that. Therefore, what we can write is, we can write dq is equal to we know that dq is equal to UA into, here it is small elemental area, therefore dA into theta. Okay, dA into theta. Therefore, we can write, if I write d theta is equal to dq, instead of writing dq, I will write u into theta into dA. Okay, into, instead of writing dq, I will have written UA into UdA into d theta. Okay, that theta is a small temperature difference, therefore I will take it outside, and it will be 1 divided by ch plus 1 divided by cc. Okay, therefore dq divided by, d theta divided by theta is equal to UdA into 1 divided by ch plus 1 divided by cc. Okay, this is the heat transfer for the small elemental area. If we integrate it, integrating along the length of the heat exchanger between inlet and outlet, integrating above along the length of heat exchanger. Okay, along the length of heat exchanger. If I integrate above with the length of heat exchanger from 0 to L. Okay, if L is the length of the heat exchanger. Okay, if I integrate it, I will get integration of 1 to 2. If I call it as 1 here, and at the other end as 2, d theta by theta. Okay, into, it is equal to integration of this one. There is a negative sign here. There is a negative sign that I have to consider. Okay, because it is minus dq, 1 divided by ch into cc. Therefore, these are constants. U is a constant. We have assumed minus of u is a constant, and 1 divided by ch plus 1 divided by cc is also a constant. Therefore, integration of dA integration of dA over the length A. Okay, we have taken small area. On this small area, initially we will integrate entire area. Therefore, we will get surface area AS. We will get a, okay, initially we have taken small area of thickness dx. Further we have integrated. Therefore, we will get total surface area AS. Okay, but we know ch is equal to, this ch equal to q divided by Thi minus Tc. What is ch? In the previously we have seen it. Ch is equal to CH is equal to Q divided by THI minus TH naught. Okay, here from this one, CH is equal to Q divided by THI minus TH naught. In the similar way, CC is equal to Q divided by T C naught minus TCI. Okay, if I substitute this here, what happens? We'll see. Okay, and integration of this one, we will get it as integration of d theta by theta. We'll get it as ln of theta 2 divided by ln of theta 1. ln of theta 2 divided by theta 1. It is equal to, if I substitute these in this equation, what I will get? Minus u into bracket. Okay, it will be ua minus u into a is also there. No? as divided by q into bracket. It will be thi minus th naught plus thi minus th naught plus Tc naught minus Tci. Tc naught minus Tci. Okay, if I rearrange such a way that to get theta 1 and theta 2, because I know theta 1 and theta 2, therefore I will arrange this as Thi minus Tci. Therefore, ln of theta 2 divided by theta 1, it is equal to minus ua yes divided by q into, I will rearrange this, Thi minus Tci plus Tc naught minus Th naught, or minus Tc naught minus Th naught. If I rearrange, these two equations will be are same. Okay, now this Thi minus Tci is nothing but theta 1. Okay, Th naught Tc naught minus, it is nothing but theta 2. Okay, therefore what I can write it as, this is Th naught minus Tc naught. Okay, therefore what I can write, ln of theta 2 divided by theta 1, ln of theta 2 divided by theta 1, these are thetas, it is equal to, this is q, this one is q, okay, this is theta, it is equal to minus ua into divided by q into theta 1 minus theta 2, theta 1 minus theta 2. Okay, because theta 1 is equal to Thi minus Tci, theta 2 is equal to Th naught minus Tc naught. Okay, therefore here q is equal to what we will get, this I can take its reciprocal. If I take its reciprocal, what will happen? Ln of minus ln of theta 1 divided by theta 2, it will be. If I take its reciprocal, it will be, therefore it will be, if I change its this one in the numerator, it will become minus ua divided by q into ua divided by q into theta 1 minus theta 2. Okay, theta 1 minus theta 2. Okay, therefore this minus and minus will cancel, it will become plus. Therefore q is equal to what? Q is equal to ua into theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by ln of theta 1 by theta 2. This ln of theta 1 by theta 2, this term we will call it as log mean temperature difference. Therefore we will write it as like this. We will write like this. Q is equal to delta T Lm is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by ln of theta 1 by theta 2. Okay, Q is equal to UA into delta T LM. Delta T LM. Okay.